Good morning, my name is Amandio, and I am the first author of the paper A Study on Trust Models in Cloud Computing. The agenda of my presentation is divided into Introduction. I present the problem and contextualize the research. Then I present the methodology used to select the papers considered for analysis. Going on, I present conceptualization and taxonomy of classification. So I present the numbers and details of papers selected for study. Then I discuss aspects that I think is important and point out problems to be faced. At least I present the conclusions and suggestions for future research to address the aspects presented in this paper. Users make use of cloud services because they have economic, productivity, and novelty advantages. However, soon they realize weaknesses concerning information security and privacy, among other issues. Cloud service consumers do not have enough information on these issues. Even when end users are aware, information received has little meaning and relevance for them. Communication is also an obstacle to overcome, since information is not always available, nor in suitable formats. Also, technology services are heavily dependent on cloud computing under their various forms of service models. The trust placed in the cloud provider is the central point of trust placed on these services. The purpose of this survey is to unveil the state of the art in proposals and implementations of solutions which address problems of trust in cloud computing environments. Our study considers the consumer's perspective and their needs for security, visibility, and trust in cloud providers. To do so, we analyze the most recent academic papers to identify contributions and gaps in security and privacy literature, looking for models, frameworks, methods, ontologies, and so forth. Our initial motivating questions are: how do users or consumers of a cloud service build trust on these services? What are the sources of trust? How does security affect the building of trust? And what is the relevance of privacy for building trust? From these questions, we do a search to collect the most relevant papers in Google Scholar and on other relevant bases. The search period of from 2015 to 2019. The search string was expressed by using the keywords as follows: trust or confidence, and cloud computing, and security information or privacy. The literature review was a comprehensive review. The selection papers were based on the relevance of the information contained in abstracts and conclusions, seeking rationale for the motivating questions. Trust criteria. First, we present a conceptualization and taxonomy of classification of the criteria. Our main objective is to check the presence of criteria used for building users' trust in cloud computing, which are systematized in three conceptual domains, namely governance, information security, and transparency. These domains are interrelated concepts. Together, they can transform an ambiguous environment into practical and intelligible structure. In Figure 1, we present the proposed taxonomy for classification. Continuing, governance in this context is the comprehensive set of requirements that support organizations to manage day-to-day processes, to assess security, privacy, regulatory, and business imperatives. It helps organizations to move forward with some degree of control to obtain the customer's confidence. Information security is the aggregation of people, effort, process, and technology to help organizations to provide confidentiality, integrity, and availability in their information assets. Transparency means revealing sufficient information to enable strategic decisions, providing mechanisms to ensure the confidentiality needs of the organization, Security transparency can be defined as the appropriate dissemination of the governance aspects of security controls, policies, and practices. The select papers are summarized in the Appendix 1 of the paper. Related work. From the search basis, 36 papers were considered suitable for reading and summarizing. A summary of the works was organized in two subsections. Subsection A, articles that propose taxonomies or ontologies, and subsection D, articles that propose metrics or models. Also, 7 surveys were analyzed too. For more information, see Appendix 1 of the paper. Discussion. Based on the analyzed papers, we realize in social science, trust in expert systems and expertise are part of modern life. Security and trust are two aspects of online modern life. However, individuals have a vague and partial understanding of the basis of specialized knowledge. Therefore, there is a belief-based factor in the functioning of institutions or knowledge. This belief factor, however, is not blind faith. It is supported by previous experience that systems work normally as expected. Trust is a matter of calculating advantage and risk under circumstance, which presupposes that experts will account for security incidents. Indicators are a form of measurement that include these aspects. Indicators point to trends considering qualitative and quantitative parameters which serve as metrics of results of actions and processes. Continuing, the reviewed papers indicated the need of a unified approach for the following problems: difficulty of accessing the security data, dispersion of models, proposals, and metrics, lack of information management, resources, and disclosure of information security incidents, difficult to identify objective forms of relationship with providers. Contracts should be more transparent, as well as more specific about security issues and better define relevant responsibilities in the business relationship with their customers. Therefore, transparency relies on information and data provided by the cloud providers. Decision-making relies on systems that continuously collect and process such data that users will consult. From the user's perspective, decision-making is the combination of security transparency, confidence building, and a common access point to monitoring. A model of trust should consider these aspects in order to become more comprehensive, relevant, and meaningful. Cost, responsibilities, and quality of service are impacted by the customer's confidence and the assurance given by the cloud providers. Cloud computing is essentially a service and is subject to the rules and regulations of the enterprise market. It leads to a formulation of a new perspective of security, which includes trust requirements. Conclusion and future work. The survey points out there are few studies focusing on the aspects of trust and transparency of security, considering these issues from the point of view of the end users. Reviewed papers do not discuss how to provide meaningful and relevant information to stakeholders. We present results from the perspective of end users and their needs, comprising security as a concept that must also consider trust. Clients place trust in the cloud based on the guarantees presented by the experts and the evidence of safeguards that the cloud providers offer them. New manners of communication and efficient disclosure of information, relevant and meaningful to end users, are needed. Thus, lacks unveiled by literature review can be overcome, and consequently, we will be able to perform better security assessment of cloud services. Clients have greater or lesser confidence due to their personal experience in the use of the system. At last, there is a need to create more comprehensive models that should consider the following aspects: reputation, performance, recommendation, policies, regulations, compliance with legislation and standards, accreditation by third-party auditors, and mandatory disclosure of information security incidents. A research and development challenge is to understand and propose alternatives to improve consumers' confidence in the cloud by using indicators, information and data supported by proper metrics. The research should consider qualitative and quantitative aspects and techniques for measuring both. Cost, responsibilities, and quality of service are impacted by customers' confidence and the assurance given by cloud providers. These propositions will also be useful for service providers to make decisions about where and how to improve security and confidence in their services. In this paper, we have surveyed trust models and how to foster the confidence of cloud consumers. We suggest a new approach and have envisioned future research directions. Solutions for this research challenge can boost the development of new technologies and services. Thank you for your attention. Feel free to contact us. Your questions honor us.